The snow started falling early Tuesday morning. By 9 o'clock last night, local KPL officials knew they had a problem, which was more than they could handle with local crews. KPL General Manager Stephen Johnson says a combination of things made this storm hard to keep up with.
The heavy snow on the tree limbs as well as the leaves are still on the limbs. It's caused us to have quite a few lines down and quite a few outages throughout the city.
Approximately 6,000 customers were without electricity last night, and at least 1,500 homes still didn't have power this morning.
As the Kansas River rages higher and higher, so are the sales at the Riverfront Plaza.
The hot item for the flood watchers yesterday was chocolates and chocolates and more chocolates.
But with higher demand at Ye Olde Sugarosity Shop comes lower prices.
We're running a 10% off per foot rise in the river each night.
Some say the Kaw River has even washed in new customers. Most retailers are making sure their merchandise stays protected by moving it to higher levels. But no one can escape the fact that they're taking part in history.
It's a joyful atmosphere, and I suppose maybe a little bit like 1951. You know, people will come back and say, in 1993, I was at the Lawrence Riverfront Mall and watched the flood go by.
As flames violently stabbed a February night sky, local business owner Rick Sells felt the loss of the Lawrence Athletic Club like a knife through his heart.
Oh, man.
As did hundreds of members who were temporarily displaced until Sells would rebuild from ground up and open later in the year. The age-old debate of evolution versus creationism resurfaces in 1999. The State Board of Education casts a controversial vote, de-emphasizing the theory of evolution. The state's decision gained national attention. However, the new state science standards have not yet been set in stone. Haskell Indian Nations University ends a 14-year debate over the South Lawrence Traffic Way not once but twice in 1999.
I don't believe that 31 should be there. I think it should be tore up and done away with.
In May, the Board of Regents voted no on the 31st Street alignment, but the Kansas Department of Transportation threw in a $5 million litigation plan. The board met again in October. Once again, the university declined.
Dan Hughes says some customers can still smell smoke from the 1997 fire at Sunflower Bike Shop.
Shortly after the year 1998 began, two recently released convicts changed the lives of a Douglas County couple forever.
This is just about as close to volatile as you want to be. Anything can happen.
Kipling Johnson and David Cox kept Ralph and Leela Leary hostage at gunpoint in their home as law officers swarmed to the area. More than a day later, the Learys were safely released.
I'd never been held as a hostage for 45 hours. It's pretty nice to be free.